Performing period end consolidations is pretty straightforward in Business Central. The setups involve, first of all, we'd have obviously multiple companies defined, and I have two different companies where the data is exactly the same. I just made copies of from my first company to the second company, and then I'm using this company here, and then you'll see the name Consolidated as a company that I'm going to consolidate these two entities into. So the way the consolidation works is pretty straightforward. In my consolidated company, I have to have set up what are called business units. A business unit is something that mirrors all the child companies that we want to consolidate. This is going to be pretty simple, single level consolidation. You could have many levels. And if you look at the definition of the business unit here, it defines which company I'm selecting from my database. The companies could be external to the database as well, and then specify all the different GL accounts that will be needed. Obviously, we'll handle all kinds of FASB 52 currency related consolidations. You can also set up percentage ownership so you can have partial consolidations. Once the business units are set up, the steps are pretty straightforward. You would normally test your database, and that will just make sure that there's no idiosyncrasies in the system that might cause errors. And after you've done your test, you run your consolidation. When you're running consolidation, typically we would do 1 month at a time. So all our closing entries or adjusting entries are processed within that fiscal month. You can choose to select one or more companies or business units to consolidate up. So you can do partials. If the maybe subsidiary books are not ready yet, you don't have to do them. No harm doing them all because you can run this process over and over, and each time it will flush out what it did before and rebuild the new consolidation. So it's a pretty simple, straightforward process. By leaving this field blank, that means I'm going to do all my business units. And let's go ahead and run the consolidation. A couple of warnings come up. Do you want to consolidate back in January of 2016? This warning is saying that I've obviously moved on. I'm going way back in time to do a consolidation because I've never done one. Just a warning. I'm going to say fine. And once we do this, it runs the consolidation and gives me the opportunity to run my consolidated trial balance. I'm just going to quickly preview that on screen, and you'll get an idea of the cumulative effect across all the companies we're consolidating together. So in this case, these are the two subs that I'm pulling together. Here's the dollar amount from charities. Here's the dollar amount from Cronus USA. Here's the total. The system will then also handle eliminations based on the way you set up your chart of accounts and your consolidation hierarchies in your chart of accounts and how you target parent accounts from a subsidiary. So it's a fairly straightforward process. This consolidation process is a hard consolidation. Oftentimes, customers will not do hard consolidations. It's mandatory if you have differing accounting periods, differing charts of accounts. That's the only way to bring non-homogeneous data together into a consolidated picture. And also if you're handling multiple currencies, because you do want all the historical rates and spot rates, etc., evaluated during the consolidation process. But if it's just all single currencies, oftentimes you can just do that using reports to do a combination of data across the system. And if you look at the Jet Global video that we sent, you'd see how you'd build a consolidated and consolidating financial statements to pull your data together.